Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I'm your reader, Jay, and this is going to be a general reading for the sign of Libra for the month of April 2018. Hello, Libra. Welcome to my channel. New here. Thanks for stopping by. Uh, if you like what you see here, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave comments below. What I'll do now is I'll meditate quickly on your energy. I've already done so off camera before I hit record. And once I finish this mini meditation, I'll lay your spread and get right into your general reading. So just sit with me for a minute while I get into your energy now. Okay. Okay. It's gonna come out again. Libra, I'm not much of a talker here. When I shuffle, if you're not a fan of that, out of your tarot readers, or you just don't like seeing shuffling done on camera, there will be a time description, or excuse me, there will be a time stamp in the description box below, and you can go ahead and click on that, and that'll take you straight to when I begin doing your reading. I'm also not much of a talker while I shuffle. Like, I'm doing it now to explain that I'm not, to explain why I'm not doing it, but I'm new here, and, you know, outside of saying hi, and it's good to meet you and all that kind of stuff, don't really have much to share. Anything you might want to know about me is in the About page, and if you want to know more, you can always just send me a message or leave a comment, and things like that. Okay. That one there. And you had one that flew out, and okay. Okay. And we'll get a final outcome. I'm gonna say, and I don't really say, because I don't really ever notice, but there is a stiffness, or like a reluctancy that I felt while I was shuffling this entire time. And normally, you know, whatever I feel is not that significant, but that's what I got when I was shuffling your cards. So now we'll go ahead and reveal everything that came out. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. That was an exaggeration. I wasn't literally feeling that every time I turned that around. I was just being silly for my own sake, because, yeah, like I said, there was like a reluctancy here, and I feel like there's a lot of... Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, this is your spread, Libra, for April, and I'm just gonna give it a minute, and we're gonna see what I feel coming out of this. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Libra. Libra. For April, you are you're being a Libra. Okay. Where are you? Are you this? Are you here? You might be there. You might be the Page of Wands right now. Or you might be here as a Two of Swords reversed. Where's Libra? You might be both, but for the sake of clarity, I think where you mostly are is here as the Page of Wands, so that's where we'll start, okay? Page of Wands. It's how you're coming into April, okay? Page of Wands, excuse me. Pages are messengers, you know. They come bearing news, good or bad. In this particular situation, I feel that it's mostly good news, or good tidings, or just good energy and good vibes is what I'm getting with this. You're in a position where you're feeling your outlook is positive, if not naive. You're feeling intrigued. Like, look at the page. Look at how the page is observing the edge of that, or the tip of that wand. By the way, quick side note. You hear the opera music in the background. That's for me. It allows me to do this reading a little more smoothly. In a general reading, it's kind of better that it's playing than not, for me. So that's why that's playing. But anyway, now look at the page. Like admiring and studying, or like having like such a sense of wonderment at the tip of that wand, right? So there's something that's got your interest, or something that's really alluring to you. Something new. New project, new endeavor, new adventure, new person, new job, new hobby, whatever it is. Something new has really, it's honed you in. Like you're really focused on something new, on this new potential, whatever. Like I said, it could be a person, it could be a job, it could be anything. But whatever it is, it's new to you, and you're so intrigued by it. You're so drawn to it. Not like in a negative way, like not in a way that like you've been hypnotized or anything like that. But no, you are literally invigorated, and oh boy, almost like you're enamored with it. You know? You're enamored with it, with whatever or whoever this new person is, or whatever this new thing is. You're just enamored with it. And there's such potential there, because the Wands deals with, it signals to fire signs. And the Wands energy is about spirit. It's about tenacity, or what drives you, what moves you, what inspires you, right? It's also action-oriented. So this, again, might have something to do with something physical in your life, or something that you actually have to take action to participate in it or interact with it. So again, it might be a new job, it might be a new workout routine, it might be a new outdoor hobby. Maybe you're taking up, rock climbing or something like that. That's what the Wands is all about. It's about what gets your fire going on the inside, what moves you through your gut, through your if you are familiar with chakras, it would be driving you through your solar plexus, okay? So that's where you are in April, or at least that's where you're starting in April. You have something on your mind, you have a goal in mind, you have a new endeavor in mind, a new adventure that you want to take, whatever it is, or a new person that's stirring you and exciting you. You're revved up for it. The page not only comes with the message, but is also pretty energetic. Pages are pretty energetic, They want to go. They're not as fast as the knights because, you know, they're not on horseback or anything. But they have that like I've said somewhere else before, they have that get up and go feeling to them. Like they're like an eager, like you ever go and want to, you know, if for those of you who own dogs, you say, do you want to go for a walk? Saying that word walk, or do you want to go? And the dog just starts jumping up and down, flipping out, you know? That's where you are. Internally, at least. I'm not seeing it because that is your only Wands energy on the board. I'm not seeing it show out of you. Like, it may not manifest to actual reality. Like I think I said, this is a potential. Like, you're excited about the potential of something, or the initial stages of something. So if it is a new workout routine, you haven't been doing it for a while. Maybe you've just signed up for some fitness courses that's going to take you over the next 6 months or something like that. Like maybe you just joined a gym membership and you actually haven't set one foot on the treadmill or lifted one dumbbell yet, but you're excited about getting ready to do that. Okay? And that's I think that again is like what's going on in the core of you, or at least that's like what's in your mind's eye. Like you think you're excited about it, you want to be excited about it, or you want to remain excited about it. You want to remain focused and driven in this Page of Wands energy, and you want to see it progress. But I feel underneath you comes the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Okay? And in the reverse position, I feel you might be feeling a little inadequate. You feel not prepared, not able to go the full distance or invest as much in this Page of Wands energy, in this new endeavor, this new job, this new relationship, whatever it is. You can't give your all. You are slightly depleted, underfunded, strapped. Like I'm using synonyms that deal with money because pentacles deal with cash, among other things, but pentacles do signal to issues surrounding money. And being in the reverse, and being that it's an ace, when an ace is upright, it's like, okay, I've got it. It's the opportunity to go further, you know? The money is there. If it's in reverse, the money is not there, okay? So, but again, I was just speaking specifically of money. This could be, I'm not able to, pentacles also talk about physical surroundings, possessions, tangible things. So you may not have, and time, issues of time. So you may not have the time, excuse me, you may not have the time to take all those classes at the gym like you wanted to. You can only commit to like half of the time, okay? You can't really fulfill the all of the job duties that you've been asked to. Like, you're gonna have to sacrifice something in your home life maybe if you take on that new job, okay? In this new relationship, you don't have the ability to sustain the connection in some way, or at least you feel that way. Whether or not this is real, whether or not this Ace of Pentacles in reverse is real, I think is a matter of perception. I think the Ace of Pentacles in reverse might be a matter of perception. I think it might be a matter of you think you don't have enough. I think I don't have enough money for this. I don't know if I have excuse me, the square footage in my basement to, you know, set a piano down there so that I can start learning how to play piano or something like that, whatever it is. So it's either it's literal or it's just how you're perceiving the situation. Because again, I don't think that the Page of Wands is off the ground yet, so to speak. I don't think the page has actually set out on that journey just yet. Like, the bags are packed for the trip. The tickets are bought. The hotel is booked. It's just a matter of waiting for the day to actually depart, you know, if you're following me there. In the Ace of Pentacles in reversed, you might feel that because you're not fully out there yet, fully committed to this new endeavor, fully committed to this new relationship, fully committed to the new job, whatever it is, and that's why I get the feeling of perception. You might feel because you haven't started out on it completely yet, that you haven't gone, you know, full throttle on it yet, you might feel that the opportunity is passing you by, or you're sleeping on it, or excuse me, or or that, wow, my voice, or that that it's not fully realized in a way, like it's not fully available to you because you're not ready. Or like I said before, you might feel depleted or underfunded, or you don't have enough resources to give to the situation, which feeds into the Empress in reversed next to it. Okay? Empress in reverse. It's like not starving or starved, but starving, like craving to get back to, or to have access to abundance. Like in her upright position, the Empress is abundant, is self-fulfilling, right? She has access to and has ability to create opportunity and prosperity, okay? When she's in the reversed, she doesn't have those things, or she doesn't feel she has those things, or it comes much harder to her. Like it's so much harder to create abundance. It's so much harder to find opportunities and chances to create prosperity. It's also in reverse, I would say, lovelorn. If we're talking about a relationship here, which we very well could, there is such a strong possibility to be talking about love here. When she's in the reverse, she's lovelorn. She wants something and she can't have it. Or she has seen someone, met someone, made a connection with someone, but her perception of herself isn't as glorious as it normally is if she's in the upright position. She might feel a little like like sort of like an ugly duckling, you know what I mean? Like in the eyes of the other person, Libra, you're probably amazing, stunning, beautiful, sexy, vivacious. You know, I'm using more feminine terms, so for potential men or masculine identifying people out there, you might be feeling, you know, in the eyes of either person, you're strong, you're confident, you're handsome, you're built like a lumberjack, whatever it is, or you're built with a dad bod if that's what they're into, or that's what you present. Maybe that's what's going on there. But whatever it is, the other person is probably viewing you like this is a lot of you here on this board. There's a potential for other people to be here, but I'm not feeling their influence. I'm feeling this is mostly your influence and your position and your perspective. And you're probably like, oh, I'm so fat, or oh, I'm not, oh, my hair is so ugly, or oh, I hate that my eyes are blue. You know, whatever it is, you might be nitpicking yourself. Not just on physical appearance, not just on that, not just on physical beauty, but your other attributes. I'm not as smart as I am, as this person believes I am. I'm not as financially successful, or I'm not as business savvy as this person believes I am. Like, this is like self-doubt. because it's like the Empress is still the Empress when she's reversed. She's just being a Debbie Downer on herself, or being a Debbie Downer about the situation, or being a Debbie Downer about the potentiality of anything. When she's upright, she's chilling. She's like, yeah, I know, I got this. I'm cool. I have all the abundance I need. I have all the sustenance I need. I have the stability that I need. When she's in reverse, she doubts all of that. So you're doubting something, particularly about yourself. And it doesn't have to be one particular thing. It could be many things. Which is interesting because I'm sure you've noticed, if you've looked at the board, everything in your top row is in the upright. Everything in your bottom row is reversed. So that right there means, surface-wise, you're chilling like a villain. On the surface, what you're projecting to others, what you're projecting to yourself, what you're trying to convince yourself of, is all good. But what's going on subconsciously, underneath it all, behind closed doors, in the darkness of night, just before you fall asleep, is this self-doubting, feeling like you don't have anything, feeling like you don't have enough to offer, or not enough is being offered to you. That's also a possibility. Either you feel like you don't have enough to offer to someone else or to a situation, or you feel that situation isn't offering you enough, or that person isn't offering you enough. That could also be the situation. But you're also feeling self-doubt, and you're also feeling unable to choose. You're feeling unable to choose. Which is interesting because the Two of Swords, yours came like this, right? Reverse. In the upright, that is still the inability to choose, but I feel when it's upright, the pressure's on. The pressure is on when it's upright. This woman, she knows she has to choose even though she's blindfolded, even though she's got her arms crossed and she's blocking out her heart. She knows she has to choose. She's just staying in this position for a while longer. When it's like this, and I wouldn't normally read this card that way, but because of everything else that's going on in the board here, this is how I'm reading it. This is what I'm feeling with it. It's like, no, I'm going to stay like this for a minute. Like, it's like, you know you have to choose, but you are ignoring that notion. Like, when she's upright, she's aware she has to choose, and she thinks about having to choose. You are ignoring, or trying your best to ignore, trying your best to deflect, trying your best to delay the choice. Pressure's on. Pressure's ignored. Pressure is put aside. Pressure is deflected. Okay? And why are you doing that? Self-doubt. Feeling of lack. Feeling of inadequacy. Might be fear also. Like, I'm not really feeling that strongly. But if I were to just read this card by itself, like if this was a one card read, I would put that word out there to you. But based on everything else that's around it, I don't feel that strongly. But it might be also fear for some of you who are watching. There's fear involved here. Based on everything else, I'm not really feeling that overall, but because the card came in reverse at all, it could be fear also involved here. So, under the surface, you're stewing and you're brewing under the surface. You're stewing and you're brewing. Things are a little more tumultuous than you're letting on. Whether or not that's typical of Libra, I'll let you decide. I have my own opinion about that, but I'll let you decide. But on the surface, you're feeling invigorated. You're feeling inspired. You're like, yay, new things are coming, or I have a new vision in my life. I have new goals in my life. I have something new in my life that I want, that I desire, because Wands is about desire. Wands is about that passion and things that drive you in life, things that motivate you, right? And This is when it takes a little bit of a turn. The page is oriented towards the Six of Cups and the Three of Cups. Wonderful, beautiful, beautiful energies, yeah? And that's where we kind of get into this space where this is like, I don't want to narrow it this way, but for the sake of getting into this right now, I have to. Because of this top row orientation here, I feel this is a love situation. Okay? I feel that, oh, Six of Cups. All right. Six of Cups. Talks about childhood, nostalgia, things from your past. Not necessarily things that you've experienced from your past with a particular person, because I think that's a lot of how a lot of tarot readers would interpret this, is that it's someone from your past, it's someone you've known before. I think it's not always that case that you've known them before. I think it's the case that you feel like you've known them before. You feel like they're familiar. You feel like they remind you of when you were younger. And not necessarily a child. Younger can constitute when you're a teenager or in your early 20s, in my estimation. That's how I take the Six of Cups. But in the traditional sense, it is talking about childhood connections, nostalgia, hearkening in innocence. You know, you've got two kids in the card, and they're just having like a little moment. Here's a flower in a cup, my little sister, or however this relation is. And this one is like, oh, thank you for the flower in the cup. This is great. And it's a wonderful, innocent connection, right? If this is about a relationship, and that's the way I'm going to read it for a little while here, this person makes you feel like a child again, not like in a creepy, little, not creepy, but like makes you feel, remember when you were a kid and the world was just a big, bright, beautiful thing. Like it was all the colors in the coloring or in the crayon box. When you become an adult, you start to color with like the 8 color box. When you're a kid, it's like the 64 color box. That's what this person makes you feel like. They've brought vibrancy back into your life. They've brought expansion, new horizons, new visions, new love. Like not that they are new love, but like you might be loving in a way that you didn't know you could be. Maybe before love to you meant A, B, and C. Now this new person comes on the scene and you're like, oh my God, there are more options. Like I can express my love to someone in a different way other than A, B, or C. D is a possibility, N, E, and F. What? Like, that's how it is. Like, I feel like this is like because it falls right next to that Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is not only able to observe the wand that's in his hand and he's admiring it, but then he's also able to admire these other two cards. And so he's admiring how vast this new love is, this new person in their life is, okay? And appreciating it or being enamored with it. Or I'm saying it, him or her or them, since we're talking specifically about a person, I apologize. And then beyond that, you have the Three of Cups, right? Typical interpretation of the Three of Cups is celebratory. Drink, shots, right? Okay, so festivities, celebration, things to be happy about, things to be ecstatic about. Okay? So this person you've met or you are meeting, you're getting to know, or you will meet if you haven't met them yet. You could meet them in a party atmosphere. You could meet them in a celebratory atmosphere. You might be going out for birthday parties, anniversary parties, whatever, or just going out because it's Saturday and you deserve to live it up. And you might meet them at a bar or a restaurant or wherever you may be, and you make this connection. Or you've met this person and this is what you guys do together. Like maybe before you've been single and you kind of stayed to yourself, you know, you've been sort of a homebody, but now you meet this person, and one of your new hobbies is to go out and be social in, you know, beer gardens and whatnot. Especially with April coming around, you know, the weather's going to start breaking for many of us who have been in the winter season. The weather's going to start to break. You're going to get those longer evenings back, and so you're going to be out enjoying yourselves, okay? And a little bit of numerology, 6 plus 3 is 9, and 9 of Cups is the wish card. So this is something that you've wanted. You've wanted to be, you wanted vitality back. You haven't had it. Or you feel you don't have it, because again, your bottom row is about how you're perceiving yourself. And you're heavily perceiving yourself, or feeling like you're either perceiving yourself, which is how you're thinking, how you're envisioning yourself, or you're feeling like you're stewing in it, you're living in it, you're brewing in it, right? There's like a lack here. There's like everything is that could go wrong is going wrong. Murphy's Law is down here, right? Oh man, I wanted to be all sexy and cool, but I'm still lame and not attractive. Oh man, I really wanted that to have enough money to buy that new, a new pair of shoes for myself, but I'm still kicking around in the shoes I have from a year ago. Whatever it is, it's all blah on the bottom row. Blah. My life. Like I'm sorry. But that's what I get here. It's like Debbie Downer, woe is me, BS here on the bottom. And I call it BS because again, it's your perception, or it's your perception and your emotions. Not to say that your emotions are BS; those are valid, and perceptions are valid. But it's BS in the sense of these energies can be transformed, right? And so could the ones on the top. Anything that you see in a tarot reading is potential. It is sometimes the heart of the matter, but it's also potential, because at some point you and circumstances or anything else will have influence and could change the energies around. So this could easily have come this way. It's a 50-50, right? It's either going to come this way or this way. It came this way, which means it has the possibility to go back and be like that. Okay? That's why I call it BS. Because it's just a matter of shifting the energies, shifting your perception, working through your emotions. And then you will be able to turn all of these upside right and process them or use them to your advantage. So it's interesting because the top row, like I said, it's all come upright. It feels overwhelmingly positive on the top row. This is what you want. This is what you've desired. This is what you're hoping for. This is what you might be working towards, since Wands does have physical capacities to it and practical capacities to it. You might be literally consciously doing this in your day-to-day, but there's some strain, some strong line that just keeps this here. It doesn't have to be this way. I feel you can change all of that if you want to, if you think you need to. Maybe, maybe you're kind of a masochist and you're like, no, I need to feel this way. I need to feel that way. I need to feel that way. Maybe you're trying to learn a lesson through that, but I can't say for sure. I'm not that type of reader, and I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist, so I can't go that far into it. But as I was saying before, where this is potentially a relationship, going back and applying that to all the cards, there's someone, again, before I was speaking very generally, now I'm just going to quickly do all of these over and as if we were talking about a new relationship or a love reading, right? You would be here starting, and you've met someone new, and you're really into this person. Like, you really, really like them. You're enthusiastic about the potential relationship that you're starting with them. But you feel like you don't have enough of something in your material wealth, your money, your finances, or you don't have enough as far as your possessions. You don't have a good car, you don't have reliable transportation to take them out on dates. You don't have a nice apartment or house to take them home to. Whatever it is. Maybe you have roommates. You know? Maybe you're like, oh man, I want to bring him back to my house, but my roommate has a habit of like walking around in his underwear and socks. And it's a Tuesday. Put on some clothes, Jim. It's Tuesday, you know? And this person that you've met, they've taken you back to a point when you were more innocent or more open or more just, your outlook was just so expansive. Or now that you've met them, where you were narrow before, not that you're just open now, okay? They could be someone that you've known before. You could have known them when you were younger, or you both could come from like the same hometown or something. So there's like that kind of familiarity with them, even if they are new. Like, I've never met you before, but we're both from Cleveland. Oh my God, let's talk about things that have to do with Cleveland. We're connected. That could be also what the situation is. And you guys are going out and you're having a good time with each other. But despite both of those cards, you're not feeling super sexy. You're not feeling super attractive. You're not feeling like you have much to offer them, even though you do. Libra, stop playing around. You do. And there's some choice you have to make. Maybe you're... okay. For those of you who are familiar with it, I'm sure you've been picking up on it, but now that we're here, let's talk about it together. You could be Libra in what we all know, and what that cliche phrasing of a three-party situation. Okay, three people on the Three of Cups, three-party situation. Two of Swords beneath it, unwilling to choose, not able to choose, delaying the choice. You might have two people you need to choose from. So if we go that way, oh boy, so how's this going? Maybe you've been dating someone for a while and it was good, but it's left you feeling depleted. I've lost my finances because of this person. I don't have a leg to stand on because my involvement with this person hasn't given me the financial stability I need as an individual, let alone in a relationship, okay? When I'm with this person, I'm talking about your long-term partner, if that's the situation that you're in. This person I've been with for a while now. Maybe you used to feel sexy and alluring and beautiful or handsome, what have you, but now you've been with them so long, you've kind of forgotten that part of yourself. You are attractive, but you've forgotten that. You are intellectual, but you've forgotten that. You are, because the Empress is also about nurturing and fertility, so you are a good parent, but now you don't feel like a good parent. You feel like you've dropped the ball as a mom or a dad, or whatever, you know? So, and because you've met a new person, it's now brought to you this choice that you're afraid. Like, I did use the word fear earlier, so you might be afraid to make the choice between your long-term partner and your new partner. You're afraid to leave the ship that you've known, and you know, it's like the devil you know. You know? I know this situation. I know the ins and outs of this boat, this ship that I'm on. I know where every life vest is. I know where all the rations are, or I know where the galley is, whatever. You're familiar with this ship. But there's a new ship that's pulled up alongside you that you could easily cross over to, but you're like, I don't know. Do they have X on this ship? Do they have the bedding that I like on that ship? Do they have proper sailing equipment on that ship? You don't know. So there's a fear to go completely from one person to a new person. Even though you really like them. You really like them, Libra. You really do. And that's the interesting thing, because this guy is like, yes, new roads, new opportunities, new possibilities. I'm going. Nothing's going to stop me. Except all this crap here. He wants to go, well, wait, we don't have enough stability. We don't have enough financial independence. We can't go. Our face is horrible. We've got zits all over. We're hideous. We're Quasimodo. We can't go out there. I can't leave whoever behind because they're so familiar to me. I know this situation. It's predictable. This guy is the antithesis to all of this, okay? He's like, we can stay in a hostel on this adventure. We don't have to stay at a Hilton. We can Airbnb. This guy knows Airbnb, okay? He's not worried about he's not worried about that. Page of Wands, I never feel that he's worried about anything. He's worried about what he's interested in. That's his focus. And that passion, that focus is going to get him through. That's where he is. So, okay, I don't have enough money. Or by halfway through my adventure, I'm going to be tapped out on money. My bank account's going to read a big fat 0. So what? I'll figure it out when that happens, okay? So what? I got a hunchback. I'm going to cut the back of my shirt. I'm going to put some sunblock on that thing. And I'm going to get a good tan on my hunchback. Who cares? It's going to look great. I'm going to be fabulous. Let's move on. Sorry, person I know and I love, or I have known and loved for a long time. Things have been great with us, but I got to do this whole new thing on my own because guess what? I'm an individual. Okay? And I need to be fulfilled on my own right. Maybe you and I will stay connected. Maybe we'll have a thing again. Maybe this little adventure or maybe this new person up here, maybe they're not going to last. I don't know. But for now, I got to get out of here. Or, okay, new person, you've been great, but I'm going to stick with my tried and true. I don't feel that's really what you want, Libra, but I am allowing that to be an option because it's a general reading. But truly, I don't think that's what you want. You don't want that. But I'm placating you, just to be fair, okay? And it's interesting, and again, I've been talking for a minute about this love thing, even though this is a general reading. I just feel you can apply that to any part of your life, okay? This could be a job. This could be a business opportunity, okay? I can't invest as much as I thought I could, but I'm going to invest it anyway because the Page of Wands says, do it. Do it. Put your savings into this new business. Do it. We're going to, and so what? We're going to figure it out. If we're tapped for cash halfway through, we'll figure it out when we get there. This could be a new endeavor on your physical appearance or your physical body. Maybe you're trying to get in shape. And so maybe you feel like a schlub and you feel really unattractive and you feel really gross and you don't have good body image. Page of Wands is like, forget it. We got to go forward. Like, the Page of Wands is encouraging you to either turn all of these energies upright or forget them for now. Put a pin in them, you know. Put them on a sticky note, put it on the fridge. We'll get to it later, okay? So, in either love or any other area of your life, you want something new, you're intrigued by something new, you're really on the hook with something new. You're like, yeah, man, I'm going for it. I'm going for that new thing. And what's your outcome of that? You get the Queen of Swords. Excuse me. You get the Queen of Swords. What's the Queen of Swords? Queen of Swords representing air signs, so that would be Gemini, yourself, Libra, or Aquarius. If this is a particular person, you might be dealing with someone romantically in either of those signs. It doesn't have to be, because this is a general reading. It doesn't have to be. So don't force it if it doesn't fit. But I think the outcome is, I'm feeling it's more you, because obviously, like I said, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, so you're definitely there. The outcome might be you. The outcome might be new you. You know, a page to a queen, coming into April with a page, potentially leaving April as a queen. You've changed suits, so your passion has turned into your mind. What you felt in your gut has traveled to your mind, and now you're not playing games. Queen of Swords, she does not play games. She is not about the bull. No bull, no games. Okay? She's about her business. And so again, this could be a business venture where you start off slightly immature in the sense because it's a page, it's not a knight, it's not a queen, it's not a king, it's a page. It's the most immature of all the court cards. But you move up to a queen in your outcome. You've transcended. Okay? So maybe you're more savvy, you're more, again, you're going to be a little bit more precise or decisive. You're going to be more decisive. Okay? Page of Wands, he's going on feeling. Queen of Swords, she's acting on her intellect, on her mind, on her careful consideration of. Okay? She goes through the pros and cons. She removes most of her emotions from the situation, and she goes off what makes the most logical sense, what is the most practical considering herself. She's not the Queen of Cups. She's not really caring about all that are involved. She's looking out for number one. So you're coming into your own in a way, Libra. You're finding you're really, you want to do what's best for you. And not like in a bitchy way, because that's how the Queen of Swords can be described, as a bitch, but that's not what I'm feeling. I'm not feeling that you would want to be bitchy about it. Like, I'm feeling a softer, like, I've had the Queen of Swords in other readings before, and I've felt the bitch. I'm not feeling it here. I'm not feeling that this person is being ruthless or calculated and manipulative and destructive. You know, some of the lesser or lower qualities of the Queen of Swords. I'm not feeling that. I'm feeling that because of everything that's happened here, you're coming out, we're saying, yes, I've considered how you feel. Yes, I've considered how this situation might affect you. If we're talking about other people in love relationships or even in business, this, again, it doesn't, there are obviously, when you do business, you're obviously dealing with other people, so it can apply to any situation. But I've considered how it might affect others, but now I'm making my decision based on how it's going to affect me. And you're going after your own protection, really. You're fortifying yourself. You're fortifying the situation and seeking to get benefit for yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, that might sound selfish to some people. You yourself, Libra, or potential cross watchers who might be here looking in on Libra's reading, that's not necessarily selfish. Sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you have to look out for yourself in order to do better for others. Because if you always put yourself at a disadvantage, or you always put yourself place yourself at second best, always place your own interests on the back burner, eventually that could lead to the Queen of Swords getting into bitch mode, leading to her becoming more ruthless and cutthroat and callous, okay? But because you have for a while been thinking of others, I think you have been thinking of others. Because in that three party situation, I see the potential for, like, I get the feeling, like, of how you might feel about the person that you've been with for a while. There's no ill will towards that person. Like, that person wasn't necessarily nasty to you or dismissive of you, or just, I feel like it was what it was when you had it, and you probably still do have it, a good portion of you, if you are in a three-party relationship. You still have this person, and they're a good person. They're just not good for you anymore. There's not much more you could get from that person. And not much more that you can offer them. Okay? Because these two are positive, you know? Positive. Even when she's in reverse, positive. Even when in reverse, a little positive. Like, the most quote-unquote negative card that you have in your main spread is the Two of Swords reversed. And I think that's again, this has a a smattering of fear on it. You don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. You don't want to be vicious towards anybody. You want to be fair. You want to be balanced. You want to make the right decision, but you have to make it for yourself. You've been making it for others previously, or you've delayed making it for the sake of others previously. Now you're going to make that decision, and it's for you, and it's going to serve you. It might be difficult because swords energy can be intense, can be biting, can be slicing and painful sometimes, because swords is about your mental capacities, your intellect, the way you think, the way you communicate. Whereas cups is heart-centered. That's your emotions, how you feel, right? So if you make decisions that are mostly based on your mind, mostly based on logic, pros and cons, tries to set the emotions of the situation to the side, that can be difficult. Because we're humans, and we're an amalgamation of both mind and heart. Okay, it's not one over the other. For most of us, it's usually a blending of them, right? But this is mostly going to be centered around your mind. And that might be difficult for you. That might be difficult for the other people involved. But it is serving you. How is it serving you? Why is it serving you? Why do I feel this way? Because you've got the Magician as your overall energy. Magician is all about alchemy, right? It's all about creation. It's all about manifestation. Okay? I want this. How do I get that? I have to have 2 parts of this, 6 parts of that, 1 part of this, and then I stir vigorously, and boom, I get what I want. It's formulaic. Okay? And I think the Magician's going to help you turn these guys upside right. Okay? I didn't show it to you. I should show it to you. Magician, right? What you've been wanting, it will come down to you. As above, so below. From your hand pointed towards the sky, pointed towards the universe, pointed towards God. You're like, put that down here on earth for me. I want to see that in my reality. As above, so below. So you have a hand. You are the conduit. You are the vessel, or not the vessel, but you are the link between what you have desired, been wishing for, been praying for, been meditating on, whatever it is. You're the conduit. You're the connection between that higher perspective, or that higher wish, that higher connection, and how it's going to take shape here in your physical reality, okay, here on earth, right? And you've got judgment behind that. What's judgment? Judgment is a final call on something. You're bringing up a situation that has been dead, or has been buried, or has been cold, and you're making a final judgment on it. You're going to make a final judgment call. Time's up. What's your decision? Are you going to stay in this relationship, or are you going to leave? What's your decision? Are you going to invest your money in this new business, or are you not? Are you going to start going to the gym 4 days a week, or are you not? Like, no more games. No more delays. Okay? That's what's going on here. And, like I said, I'm not seeing it here because this is very contained. And even though I'm saying this is for April, this could start at the end of March from when I'm recording this, okay? It could go into May, into June, whatever. But what I'm seeing is a contained message of you've been not feeling your best, not making a decision, but you want to. Like on the surface. Sorry. On the surface, you're faking it till you make it. Yeah? You have a good outlook on life. You're feeling invigorated about the future. You're feeling inspired about the future. You're feeling inspired about whatever new situation or person that is coming to your life, and it's making you feel like you can color with all the colors in the coloring or in the crayon box again, okay? You might be partying a little bit. You might be going out with friends. You might be celebrating things. That's all out on the surface. And you're trying to fake it till you make it. If I just behave as if I have this new body that I've been hitting the gym 4 days a week to obtain, I'm going to get there. If I act like I'm a millionaire, even though I've just invested all my life savings up to this point into something that's very risky, I will become a millionaire. It's sort of like that. You might be either consciously or subconsciously, or for lack of a better word, ignorantly manifesting your future. Okay? I'm going to behave like I've got what I want because I'm going to get what I want. That's how I'm going to get what I want. I'm going to act like I have it right now. So you're faking it till you're making it, maybe. Okay? Which is... I'm not going to say it's typical of Libra to do that, but I've seen it done by Libras before. And yeah, that's the road you're on right now. And it's okay. It's good. It's good. I'm not seeing anything super negative here. I'm seeing a little bit of tension. I'm seeing a little bit of disheartened feelings or you know, not so niceness in the relationship, especially with your long-term partner. But because I'm not seeing them here as an individual, I'm gonna say that is an indication that means don't worry about it, because they haven't shown up here themselves, just their energy or just their position. They themselves as an individual haven't shown up here. Therefore, they should not be considered in a way, okay? Like, you don't want to be don't want to be mean to them, but you don't want to bring them into this reading, because this is for you. You're here in the start, you're here in the end. This is about you. Don't worry about them, okay? So, that was your general reading for April 2018, Libra. I do apologize for the coughing. I hope I'm not getting sick. So, sorry about that, but, you know, weather's changing, so I might get a little messed up here now that spring is upon us. Anyway, so I hope that you've liked the video. I hope that you like the messages that you've seen here. Hopefully something has resonated with you. If it has, please like the video, please share it with your friends, leave some comments below, and of course subscribe to the channel. And hopefully I will see you guys again in May when I do your general readings for that month, okay? Thank you so much for watching. Bye.